Corporations LARPing as people needs to stop. It seems like whenever I go into a comment section of any social media post, I'm bound to see a corporation commenting like they're some unhinged, quirky 20-year-old woman. Not only is it very cringy to see, it sets a fire in my heart that just makes me more annoyed than anything else seems to be able to. A marketing tactic started by Wendy's in 2016 has snowballed into one of the most annoying things on the internet. And before you say I'm complaining about nothing, you kind of got to understand why they're doing it in the first place. They're using whatever post they deem good enough to comment on that day as a form of advertising that's free. If an influencer is tagging the brand in the post, obviously that's different. I mean, I could say I have a problem with the way influencers kind of put themselves on a platter for these big corporations, but you know, people like money, so that's not really a surprise. But when you go under the meme with 1 million views that's supposed to be funny and the brand is there trying to make a joke and laugh alongside you, whatever you were just looking at and laughing at becomes the most unfunny thing in the world, because why are you here? I don't know if you guys know what Duolingo is, but they had this owl spokesman and they were supposed to be this super friendly company that cared about its employees and people who use their app. And then right after AI got announced, they laid off their entire staff and replaced them with AI. But mind you, years prior to doing this, they were commenting on everybody's posts, trying to build good brand reputation just to throw it all away to save money. I don't think you should be able to fill two lanes. You don't get to be quirky, unhinged, relatable, I'm just with the vibes, and then turn your greedy corporation sign on. You need to be one or the other. And some people might blame the influencers or the people on social media who feed into this nonsense, but I mean, Wendy started a trend that all the corporations are copying because it worked. I've had a cousin who does TikTok as some like side hustle, and whenever they get a comment on their post from a big brand, they show me like, oh my god, Pepsi commented, or oh my god, Target just followed me. And I'm thinking in my head, they don't know who you are, they don't care who you are, and you're probably like the 150th comment in that hour. And the people who are getting these comments under their posts should be more madder than they are. Instead of being happy and just bending the knee to the corporation that's commenting, you should probably realize that they pay real influencers for this type of promo and they're using you for free. But the reason that it works is because it makes them feel like not the multi-billion-dollar corporation they are in that moment, but just another person through a screen that's like you. And the cringiest thing my cousin does, and I tell them that this is cringy, is they'll reply back like they're having a conversation with Target. You're not having a conversation with Target. Target doesn't know who you are. They're not going to give you anything free. And now it's funny because you're replying back to this multi-billion-dollar corporation like it's your friend, and they're never going to see the reply. And at first I thought I was being nitpicky because, you know, what harm does Wendy's do? What is the problem with Coca-Cola commenting on these pages? And then you search their brand for more than 5 minutes and then you realize, oh, this company has many human rights violations. Oh, these companies actively contribute to deforestation. Oh, these companies keep their employees in a constant state of poverty to make sure they can give you a low price burger. And if you're one of the people saying that I should not be overreacting over this and it's not that big of a deal, you're just trying to find something to be mad at, you're saying that because it's Burger King or it's Duolingo or it's a fashion brand. But if it was BlackRock, if it was Palantir, if it was Exxon doing it, then you would probably say that I'm valid in my criticism. But all these companies are either owned by BlackRock adjacent type shareholder private equity firms, or they use petrochemicals in the food and the products they sell. This is in part promotion for the evil guys. You can say because there's a degree of separation that that's not true, but I don't really see it that way. If there are teams, there is regular people and there is these companies, and they would choose each other over you any day. And it's even worse for a lot of the brands that I'm seeing because there's way too many to count. But I think I saw Hims, the company that sells medicine online, and they're commenting under posts about anxiety or depression or like going bald, and with no shame being like, we can help with that, trying to get people on whatever drug that they're pushing. You know, not to mention that they're under a bunch of lawsuits for doing this exact thing. Like, imagine if instead of corporations, it was just fent dealers. I mean, what's the difference? You're both selling products that have adverse side effects, and your goal is to get them hooked. There was a video that I saw, and I'll put it up on the screen now, and I think this is how everybody should handle when brands comment under their posts. There was a movement called Silence Brands, where anytime a brand would comment on a post, they would reply with this this meme telling brands to be silent, but I think the way this guy handled it is even better. He went out of his way to reply to Coca-Cola and tell him, hey, you gave one of my family members diabetes. See, with these brands, you gotta suck all the good energy out of the comment section for them. Let them know that, hey, you're not allowed here. This is for people. And in response to him doing that, Coca-Cola replies with this super long comment saying, oh, we're sorry if our products gave you a bad experience. Please contact our team and we'll try to make it right. One, you're not gonna cure his family member of diabetes. There's no making it right. And after they commented that, they deleted their comment and then they blocked him, which many people might say, why would you do that? You're hurting your earning potential. It's called having a backbone, and not many influencers have one. So I'm surprised and happy that this guy went out of his way to do it. People talk about dead internet theory or how we're all talking to bots, but nobody talks about corporate internet theory, where half the people are just corporations LARPing as real people. I understand it's a relatability tactic that works for Gen Z and millennials, and it's how brands expand their social media reach. But at what point do you get to just enjoy something without being lurked and watched over by the evil nonsense that surrounds you? And I just don't see how it flies under the radar so much. Most of the brands doing this promotion tactic are like brands that are terrible for your life. It's never a holistic wellness company. It's never a company that does good things on the paper. It's always the most toxic foods, the most lazy companies, and the most greedy of them all. As a generation who is becoming more health conscious, focusing on protein, their diet, their fitness more, how do you get upset at seed oils, but you don't get mad at the company putting the seed oils in their products? How are we so against food colorings and preservatives and artificial flavors, but all of the morals that we have go out the window when the multi-billion-dollar corporation decides to say, hey, you exist? Maybe people are not perceiving it for what it is as marketing and taking it as, oh my God, I actually stood out for a second. But in reality, nothing about your personality or your video stuck out to them except the numbers and the views and the likes. And without those numbers, you wouldn't have got that dopamine hit or that self-esteem boost that you were looking for. And before you go and defend the corporations and just say, well, they're hiring these social media interns to help them market. I don't know if I made it clear, but this is a useless job. This job needs to be relinquished to the depths of hell. Nobody should be doing this because corporations should not be able to LARP on such an egregious level and openly self-promote in a way that has no shame. It is not a secret that the more social clout that you have, the easier it is for you to navigate on social media. People are clout hungry. That's just kind of how it works. So allowing brands to just act like regular people, like I know we've gave corporations personhood in America, but this is a step too far. If you're ever in the position where a corporation replies to you, I say delete the comment or reply back something that makes them look in the mirror of who they actually are. Nowadays, I'm hearing that they're being replaced by AI, which is a joke in itself. Like you're replacing your social media manager with AI to save money on promotion that you shouldn't be doing in the first place. But if you don't want to block them, put a mirror up to who they actually are. They're not the Gen Z, millennial, quirky, all vibes person that they portray to be. They're a multinational conglomerate of evil, and that's what they've always been. And if the rules allowed it, they would probably put uranium or whatever the cheapest, most toxic chemical was in the product they're trying to sell you. They already try to feed us slop everywhere we go, but the reason that the slop is edible is because there's rules on what can be put in it. These companies are the same ones that are lobbying to get the production cost down of whatever they're making, no matter the cost it has to your health. And because of that, I think we should probably ban them from having a social media presence at all, but that might be a little bit too radical for some people to handle. So just reply and make them feel bad about even being there. Until people show them that this marketing doesn't work, they're gonna keep doing it. They're gonna jump in every comment section. They probably have AI filtering the top posts in the office, and it's probably a team of like 40 of them just going around commenting all day. Abolish this job and abolish corporation personhood immediately.